Whether you know it or not, you have a leadership gap. Your leadership gap is the difference from who you are today and who you ought to become in the future, who you could become in the future if you had clarity, if you had vision about your leadership. And the Complete Leader program gives you the context, the structure to be able to understand where you're at today with more clarity than ever, but also give you a pathway, very practical ways that you can develop who you could be in the future and close that gap. You know, when I look at our organization or any of the organizations that we serve, part of what I'm always imagining is that there's a difference between where each of the leaders are today and what they could be tomorrow. I've never worked with an organization where I would say the leaders were fully developed. And in fact, I don't know if we ever get fully developed. And so every organization has dormant potential that I refer to as the leadership gap. And what we want to do is help them understand that and close that gap so that they have a competitive advantage in the marketplace. So we all know that we have a leadership gap. How do I define that? How do I understand it? You use science. And we have science in different assessments. One of the assessments we use is called the Trimetrics HD Leadership Profile. It identifies 55 different traits about who you are and who you could become. We have an emotional intelligence assessment that helps us understand your level of self-awareness, how well you control your emotions and your passion or motivation and your ability to work collaboratively with other people. There is so much science today to help you understand yourself and the people in your organization and to create instant growth because self-awareness is what triggers most of our potential. So what is your leadership gap? Unfortunately, most of the CEOs or the leaders of organizations today always want us to fix their people. And I always come back to them and say, you're the example. You're the pace setter. What you do to grow yourself, to close your own leadership gap is going to have a greater impact on your organization because it triggers everybody else to want to work on theirs as well. So my question is, what's your gap today? Do you know it? Do you know it with detail? If not, we can help you to identify and close your leadership gap.